I remember too many birthdays, anniversaries, and small victories that slipped by unnoticed. Not for lack of love, but for a strange, silent inertia that had settled over my most cherished relationships. It felt like we were all moving through life on parallel tracks, occasionally waving, but rarely truly connecting in those moments that mattered most. The acknowledgments we did make often felt like obligations. A quickly bought gift, a generic card scrawled with a simple signature. These weren't expressions of genuine appreciation. They were hollow echoes of what celebrating someone truly should be. The antagonist here was the unseen gesture. All the heartfelt intentions I imagined everyone else possessed, yet remained invisible. The human cost was subtle but insidious. Each missed opportunity to truly celebrate someone, each unexpressed word of appreciation, chipped away at the foundation of our connections. I started feeling less seen, less valued, and in turn, less capable of seeing and valuing others. It was a vicious cycle of quiet neglect that left a quiet ache in my soul. The catalyst event hit me hard. My friend, Sarah, had just landed her dream promotion, a goal she'd worked towards for years. I knew about it, had even offered a fleeting congratulations over text. But then life moved on. Weeks later, when we finally met for coffee, her excitement had faded. The look on her face, a carefully neutral mask, told me everything I needed to know about my oversight. A sharp pang of guilt, a realization of something fundamentally missing, hit me like a physical blow. It wasn't just Sarah. I started replaying countless instances with family, other friends, even colleagues. All the times I heard about someone's triumph, their struggle overcome, their passion pursued, and my reaction was largely internal, unexpressed. It finally dawned on me. The unseen gesture was my own failure to act, to make my appreciation visible. This passive inaction had grown into a heavy weight, and I knew it had to stop. My wake-up call led me down a rabbit hole of research into connection, belonging, and the psychology of appreciation. The core insight I discovered was simple yet profound. Love and appreciation aren't passive emotions. They are active verbs. It's not enough to feel love for someone, you must show it. This active affirmation, this making visible of positive regard, is the bedrock of strong relationships. It's about intentionally creating moments where people feel genuinely seen, valued, and celebrated. My first attempt was with Sarah. I sat down and wrote her a long, handwritten letter, not just about her promotion, but detailing specific moments throughout our friendship where her strength, humor, and loyalty had impacted me. My hands trembled as I handed it to her. Her eyes welled up as she read it, and her subsequent tearful hug was the most honest, grateful embrace I'd experienced in years. It was a small breakthrough, but it felt monumental. Next, I created my connection circle, a deliberate list of the people who truly mattered most to me, beyond just family obligation. I focused on those who enriched my life, who consistently supported me and whose presence genuinely uplifted me. This intentional focus shifted my perspective from generic goodwill to targeted gratitude. It was no longer about everyone, but about them. I quickly learned that celebrating didn't always mean grand gestures. Often, it was the small, consistent acts that held the most power. Remembering a friend's favorite coffee order, sending a relevant article about a topic they loved, or even just a text message to say, "Thinking of you and your big presentation today." These tiny ripples of care created waves of connection. One practice I started was a memory jar for a few key people. Throughout the year, I'd jot down small notes about things I appreciated about them, a funny moment we shared, or something they achieved. On their birthday or a special occasion, I'd present the jar. The sheer delight and emotional impact of these tangible testaments of appreciation were incredible. It transformed celebrations from mere events into profound experiences of shared love. Initially, a lingering fear of being too much, of overdoing it, or seeming insincere held me back. I worried about how my sudden enthusiasm for celebration would be perceived. But the genuine joy and heartfelt reciprocity I received quickly dissolved those fears. I realized that a sincere intention to appreciate someone always trumps any awkwardness. Their delighted reactions became my greatest reward. I discovered that active listening itself is a powerful form of celebration. When someone shared a success, I didn't just nod. I asked follow-up questions, genuinely wanted to hear the details, and reflected their joy back to them. And when they shared a struggle, simply listening without judgment, offering my full presence, became a way to honor their resilience. This simple act deepened my empathy and allowed me to truly connect with their experiences. To combat my old habits, I started scheduling appreciation time into my week. This wasn't about rigid obligations, but about setting aside consistent moments to check in, to send that thoughtful text, or to plan a genuine catch-up. No more "I'll do it later" excuses. This consistent, intentional effort became a non-negotiable ritual, and the sheer consistency built significantly stronger bonds. What started as a personal quest began to have a beautiful ripple effect. As I consistently celebrated others, they in turn started celebrating me and each other more. A small culture of appreciation began to emerge within my closest circles. It was as if my intentional acts of kindness and gratitude had given everyone else permission to be more expressively loving, and our relationships flourished exponentially. My life now is rich with genuine connection, a stark contrast to the quiet isolation of the past. There are no more silent celebrations, no more missed opportunities. My family and friends know they are seen, valued, and deeply appreciated. My heart feels open and full, surrounded by the warmth of visible love, a tangible web woven from countless small, intentional acts of affirmation. The difference between my past and present reality is breathtaking. Where once there was an underlying hollowness, a sense of unfulfilled potential in my relationships, there is now an abundance of vibrant, deeply connected moments. This shift hasn't just impacted others. My own self-worth has been amplified, knowing I can give and receive love so freely. It's a wellspring of shared joy that never runs dry. I learned that fostering genuine connection isn't magic, it's intentional work. It's about thoughtful action, consistent effort, and making a conscious choice to actively celebrate the people who matter most. This chosen path of deep care has transformed not just my relationships, but my entire outlook on life. They are, without a doubt, my proudest work. There's an unparalleled joy in seeing the faces of my loved ones light up when they realize how deeply they are cherished. It's in those moments that I truly understand the profound impact of celebrating their unique spirits, their achievements, and simply their existence. This has become a new purpose, a way of living that is constantly infused with gratitude and connection. I am building a legacy, not of material possessions, but of lasting relational wealth. I am part of a community that now actively seeks to uplift and appreciate one another. This constant cycle of giving and receiving affirmation is the most beautiful thing I've ever cultivated. It ensures that every life moment, big or small, individual or collective, is truly celebrated, and no one ever feels unseen again. If a silent ache or a growing distance resonates with you, I urge you, make your love visible today. Choose intentionality over inertia. Take that scary first step, make that specific gesture, speak those heartfelt words. You have the power to transform your deepest bonds and unlock a profound, shared joy that will enrich your life in ways you never thought possible. Celebrate them, and in doing so, you celebrate the best part of yourself.